Welcome to the company. Lethal Company is a game where you play as an Amazon worker that's gone to space. And guess what? There are no humans in space, silly. So get ready to pick up your refunds from extraterrestrial hellspawn. Make sure to meet the quota, otherwise be ready to be fired. So get out there, risk your life for about 20 bucks and...
To me! Guys? God, Jesus! Let me in! Let me in!
Yup, what should I expect? Okay, whoa, don't know what game will be there, but let's get into the game. Oh, and before I do, spoilers ahead. This game is much better when you play it without knowing anything first, so if you're planning to play it now. Lethal Company is a game about getting that bread, and the easiest way of doing this is collecting scrap and then selling it to... Yeah, that. And make sure to come right on the deadline, because your scrap will be worth 100% of its value. But it's not just about going in and grabbing some scrap. You also have to avoid monsters. Monsters are everywhere in this game, even your own friends. And they are all out to get you. If you want to go blind into the game, skip this next part. But if you want to know how they all work, let me break them down. Hoarding bug. They fly around, grab loot, and will not attack you unless you grab their loot or have loot they want. Oh, and if you want what they have, you can always just cave their head with a shovel. You heartless bastard. Boar lizard. The lizard is a lot like a house cat, where they're chill unless you startle them. And if you do, they'll spray pink gas, which will affect the player's vision, and they'll start biting you. But as long as you're chill with them, they'll be chill with you. Fun fact, the spore lizards were partially domesticated hundreds of years ago, but the people learned that their tails have funny gas in it, so people stopped having them as pets. Bunker spider. A giant spider that will pit webs around, and if you touch the webs, it will alert the spider. It can also go through vents, but if you have big enough balls, you can kill it. So good luck if you run into one of these buggers. Circuit bees. Circuit bees are just like real bees, but they have electricity pumping through them. They're also very defensive of their nest, but if you grab one of their nests, it goes for a pretty penny. So if you're gonna leave the planet, grab one of these and be real quick and fly off. Hydrant. Sign that'll incinerate anything that walks into it, but it's real slow, so you can pretty easily get around it. And if you have a boombox, you can also make the little guy do a little jig. Forest keeper, or as I would call them, big thumper, is a real big guy that runs around in the open world and has really good vision. So if you hear thumping outside, make sure to stay low, because this little guy can be very hungry. Earth Leviathan, a giant worm that burrows underground and digs for prey to jump out on. If you hear rumbling, run. The Earth Leviathan can also eat the forest keeper if you lure them into their mouth. Bamboo hawk, a hunchback bird-like thing that'll run around that's also very aggressive and will attack anything it sees. Snare flea. They'll hang upside down on roofs and wait for prey to come by and jump on them, but it can also jump onto people when it's on the ground. So if you see them, run away. And if they get onto one of your crewmates' head, you could either go outside, because these bugs will die in sunlight like a real gamer, or you can beat off somebody's head with a shovel. Inside their insides make a real good milkshake, so if you're brave enough to kill one, you get a pretty good drink. Bracken. They'll hunt you from the dark and wait for the perfect time to kill you, or if you stare at them or look away, they'll also attack. So if you see one, make sure to look right next to it until they go away, because they will knock you off the hunt until at least one of you are dead. And if you see the background on the map, that means it's a bracken hunting. Krillhead, a weeping angel-like monster that only moves when you're not looking at them, and will try to hunt down the player to kill them when they're not looking at them. They will also be stopped by stun grenades if you have them. Atlas dogs, they'll roam around the outside world, and they cannot see, only hearing what's around them. So if you hear them, make sure to stay quiet and sneak away. Jester, a jack-in-a-box that will chase you while playing a tone. When it's done with the tone, it will pop his head out and eat the player. If you hear his tone being played, run. Thumper, a big meatball with legs that will run around real fast trying to eat the player. They have very bad memory, so if you get away from them, they'll lose you. Ghost girl, a little girl in a red dress that will hunt the player down, showing up in the corner of their eye, or giving a little giggle, and then she'll start to hunt down the player by skimming towards them on a jump rope, and then giving the player a heart attack. The only way to get rid of her is to leave the planet and pray that she never comes back. Jub. Yeah, so we don't talk about Jub. Just don't go near him. He's doing a job. And believe me, there'll be more monsters added in the future. But for now, these will be the only things you have to worry about, except your crewmate. It might seem kinda hopeless, but you can fight back and outsmart them by using items. There are so many items that you can buy from the store that will make your life and your crewmates just that little bit safer. Flashlight, a small green dollar store flashlight that has 2 minutes of charge that emits a dim light while only weighing 0 pounds. I know it's a lot for you, but there's a low cost of 15 coins. It's okay to start off because you're limited money, but if you can buy Pro Flashlight. The Pro Flashlight is the flashlight's beefier brother with a strong light that will last for 4 minutes. While weighing 5 pounds and costing 25 coins, this Pro Flashlight is worth the buy when you have the money. Walkie-talkie. This item gives you the ability to talk to people when they're far away, so deafen that voice call you have going and get into it. The walkie-talkie costs 12 coins and weighs 0 pounds, so if you value talking to others, this is a must buy. Boombox, a marble device that plays music that slap and can be used to distract enemies around you. Coming in at 60 coins and weighing 16 pounds. This item is one that you'll have to invest into. If you're gonna buy this, you better be spinning some bars. Extension ladder. This comes in a small box that folds up into a ladder to go up. Watch out, because if it falls and you're under it, well, and it will return to its non-folded form after a bit. Costing 60 coins and weighing 0 pounds. If you need to go up somewhere, this is a must buy. Jetpack. This gives you the ability to fly for a small time, but if you're going up too high, then you'll explode. Coming in at 700 coins and weighing 52 pounds, if you're to buy this, you better need to fly, because otherwise, you may as well just buy a ladder. Lockpicker. This device can be pinned on a locked door. It'll take 20 seconds to unlock the door, and then it will fall to the ground to be reused. Costing 20 coins and weighing 16 pounds, this is a great alternative to the normal key. Radar booster. You pin on the ground to emit sounds, and it'll be considered its own player on the monitor in the ship. Coming in at 50 coins and weighing 19 pounds. If you have some money on the ship to be on the cams, this is a must buy. TCP Inhalate. Will you do drugs if it keeps you alive? Yes? Well then you'll love the TCP. Drugs in a bottle that if you take a hit of, it'll give you more stamina. And if you hold it for 5 seconds, then, well, you get high. And your voice will be a real high pitch to the other crewmates.
Okay, now, according to statistics, a certain group of people make up 13% of the population but commit half of the violent crimes, okay?
Coming in at 120 coins and weighing 0 pounds. If you like drugs, then find out, please. Shovel. Open that gives you a real way to kill monsters that you see. Coming in at 30 coins and weighing 19 pounds. Your shovel is a tool with 2 uses, killing and burying. Stun grenade.
Flashbang.
Zap gun. Unlike most gun, this gun zaps enemies and stuns them, in order for your crewmates to either kill it or run away from the monster. Coming in at 400 coins and weighing 11 pounds. This gun is great to use if you have any other crewmates backing you up. Otherwise, I suggest saving money and buy your stun grenade or a shovel. And it's all this about getting loot. You'll need to know how to get around. Ship! Your ship is your home base. You'll be coming back to the ship every night to get out and travel to moons and company. So you better get used to this toaster you'll be calling home for the next bit. And to make this toaster more cozy, you can move things inside by holding B. When you walk into the ship, you'll see a locker to your left, which will have lots of space for you to store anything you want to keep safe. And then ahead is the monitor. The monitor can spectate any of your crewmates and see enemies and loot on the map, so that you can tell your crewmates about what's around the corner. And if you buy upgrades, you get the teleporter. This will allow you to teleport whoever you're spectating, without any of their items. And there's the inverse teleporter, which will teleport you into a random spot with any of your items. And there's the terminal, which should have its own part. So, terminal. The terminal is the way you control the ship by using commands. And if you ever want a full list of commands, you can type help. So, let me break them all down. Moon. This gives you the ability to pick where you're going next. The moons will go up progressively in difficulty, and you can also tell if there's any effects on the moon where you're going to. You can also do short forms of the commands if you don't want to take the whole thing out. Store. This is where you buy everything. Sometimes there'll be sales for items, making it the perfect time to buy such item. You can also buy more than one item by adding the number of items you want at the end. Bestiary. When you scan any wildlife with right click, you'll see them in the bestiary, which tells you what they do. Storage. If you remove any furniture, it will go into storage. Other. It will show more commands. View monitor. This allows you to view the monitor directly on the terminal. Switch. Allows you to switch between the crewmates who are watching on the monitor. Ping. If you buy a radar booster, this will allow you to play a noise from it. Scan. Will show you if there's anything left on the moon that you're at. So, now that you know the basics of what you're doing, let me explain the lore. Yeah, that's right. This game has lore, and I'm gonna explain it all. So, without further ado, it's just a theory. A game theory. The story right now in the game is about a crew that used the ship before you, with the code name Zeekerss, consisting of 4 people in the crew. Zeekerss, the one that's writing, Richard, a smelly guy, Desmond, and Jess. You'll find a sticky note taped next to the terminal saying, "You're in deep." Actress file, Zeekerss. Presumably left by Zeekerss before he left the company. Typing this into the terminal will give you the first log. Date, August 22. 1968. Hello, I am writing this log to keep myself sane. I couldn't find a way to do the most basic things in this old janky butt computer, so I had Desmond add it in. The log pages till now, I matched my own notes to the B scenario, whatever I know. My brother said I should keep a journal, so I'm doing what I can. I am writing in a professional manner, as these logs could become a historical record, as they'll probably be here for years, just as long as there is a clean wipe. That's what Desmond said. If you are reading this in the future, you're probably another crew. The turnover rate here is enormous, maybe because his job sucks, maybe because his job sucks, and everyone turns over dead. Maybe I can give some help from what I've experienced. And log. Oh, and our names are Zeekerss, me, Richard, Desmond, Jess. This details Zeekerss' first log where he starts his job. The next log is called Smells Here, dated August 24th. Gosh, this shoot is squeezing me like gosh damn mummy. I'm a grown man. Give it some space between my legs. It's killing me. I'm dying. I hope you're happy, Dad. I finally got a job. Screw you. Everyone here smells. Especially Rich. I'm going to throw him in a lake. I don't care what it's made of. I love being on camera duty. I forgot. The date is August 24th, 1968. This keyboard has... Today we found a couple frying pans and a big nail. almost worth nothing. What is this company even using it for? The next log found is swing of things. We got on the swing of things in the past few days. That's what Rich keeps saying. He smells like a ratchet tuna can. The worst summer camp I've ever been to on date. Date is August 27, 1968. We make sure that somebody always has a shovel for bashing duty for anything that moves. And we always put someone on camera duty so they open big security doors with letters and numbers. Ask Desmond the Wizard how it works. I think he just types in the code that's on the door. That's it. We sold some goods at the company today for 70% value. My nerves chilled listening to these fucking psychopathic sounds behind the counter. No one else gave any. Can't ignore that. My flashlight didn't even go back there. The beam just went dark. Golden Planet. Sometime in August, I talked to a voice that's on the walkie-talkie. It was like the part of the screens. He told me the Golden Planet actually existed. It's not just a legend. And he told me it didn't just hit a meteor. He said the planet was swallowed by the beast, and they were in its body being digested. I asked, what was the beast? And he said he didn't know. Instead it ate the planet and they forgot everything. I couldn't get him to stop talking, but I said he was on the other side of a big wall and I could get him out. I said he was on the inside of the building, and that's when he started freaking out. I couldn't make out a word. I think he said something about spitting out the rinds, so I just turned it off. That's whack. Jess says the Golden Planet is just a story. I said I know, I'm not an idiot. Well, she said I should quit, and she'll quit if I do. So, she's staying. Date, August 31st. Date is August 31st, 1968. I got camera duty again. I hate walking on this moon anyways. Ha ha ha. Joke's on them. It just started raining, and I'm just sitting, can't sleep on any of those tiny beds for ants. I've been thinking a lot. This job is shady. If you're reading this, you probably got here the same as me. The pay is good, the contract only lasts a season, and they ran you through an assessment exam. On the phone with a weird voice. You signed the contract on the shuttle with the rest of the crew, but the whole time you didn't talk to anybody. The shuttle was autopiloted. I think the voice on the phone was fake. I had the worst dream. I think I want to go back home, but I'm not gonna crawl home crying and scratching at my dad's front door. That's not his son. That's not Sigurd. Silence behind the wall, September 4th. Date, September 4th. 1968. I got woken up early this morning because we're going to the company building to sell our useless garbage. The rate was 120%, which Desmond says is rare. He didn't want to miss it. He's been watching it like stupid stocks. I've been stuck here, where it smells like a piece of shit, and I can barely sleep. I heard the worst sound behind the wall of the company building. It sounds like crying red faces, all chumped up and swept away by concrete. Like the pestle and bowl my mom encrusts her seeds and spices. I still hear it. It's a nightmare. No one else heard it. Didn't know what to do. Just thinking I'm homesick. I'm sick of this cheap suit. Goodbye. September 7th. We left behind Rich. We had just one more room to check and then we could have been done for the day. I couldn't get the door open. And then I looked and Rich wasn't there. It was the wrinkly skin flower head man that walks on two legs. It turned his neck. I heard the crack, but he wasn't there. I wanted to find Rich, even if he was dead, but they are cowards. Their faces are blank like idiots. There's nothing moving in their stupid skulls. All they want to do is leave. They are going to leave me too. We all hated Rich, but we didn't want this. This isn't worth it. It's just not worth it. We got a pair of scissors and a box full of stamps and a bunch of cords to sell for nothing. It's just not worth it. What does the company even want it for? The date we last saw Rich is September 7th, 1968. Screams. September 13th. Date. September 13th, 1968. For some reason, I was the one who had to call the company number to report an accident. They were too scared to do it. It was the same fake voice I remember from the interview on the phone. From the interview on the phone at home. In the stupid training videos. But it heard what I said, I think. As they said they would contact the family and find a replacement and something else. It talked so fast. I learned that you could hear the screams all the time in the walkie-talkie when you're at the wall of the company building. They didn't believe me. Well, now they do. It sounds just like when I heard it a couple weeks ago. They wanted to quit. I said I'm not a coward, and I just got the job. Nonsense. September 27th. September 27th, 1986. Desmond wants me to write down what I figured out and keep my nonsense to a minimum. So I'm going to pit so much of my nonsense. Screw him. The next crew member is named Lucas, and he is so confused and scared all the time. What a baby. At least he doesn't smell like a monster. It's been so sunny, even though it's September. These suits don't take it well. Okay, so Desmond traced the call and found out there's a group of people somewhere else that pretend to call us from the company building. They are across the whole solar system. Why would they be so far? Desmond says he doesn't know, but I think. What if it's a really big monster in the company building? Like the voice told me on the walkie-talkie. They trapped it, and now they feed it to tame it. I just wanted a stupid job. Hide it. September 30th. September 30th, 1968. I kept having bad dreams about the company, where the company breaks out of the giant concrete wall, but I don't know if it looks like anything. I just think it's really big and fast. We can't figure out a way to know if the voices on the phone are real. Desmond said it's going too far away. I asked him if he could take control of the autopilot, and he said I'm crazy, that would kill us. Yes, I'm crazy, Desmond. He said we would get our own private flights to coordinates, and who knows what would actually be there. So, what if it's nothing? I started wondering. I can't remember how I got there. No, I just remember little things, like the shuttle flight to the building. We signed contracts, but I don't remember getting on the shuttle. I don't remember saying bye to my dad. In my dreams, I feel the company isn't trapped in there at all. It's just hiding. I don't know if I'm going home. Desmond, October 15th. Desmond, October 3rd, 1968. I am going to encrypt these logs, keep them hidden. I fear the system will be wiped. If they are found, it's all guys. We're supposed to think it's all a transaction. But our real job is keeping an incredible terror fed. How long until its fullness ends, and its hunger is insatiable? God knows. Maybe it has to do with these desolate moons. Whoever reads this, I'm sorry to burden you with this. But please, have a good day and night. As, what else is there for us to do? Yeah, so Zeekerss crew dug a little bit too deep, and the company doesn't like it when you do that. But don't worry, because I think Zeekerss crew most likely made it out. If you go on the company building and do a little parkour, you'll find a submarine. So, if Zeekerss pops up again, we know how they got away. In conclusion, it's a company is an early access game that has a lot more time to grow. But as an indie game by one developer, this game is truly incredible with its gameplay and story. I will be waiting patiently for the next update with great hopes. And if you have not played Lethal Company, go play it. Okay, so that one's a long one. If you liked it, leave a comment down below. And if you have any other games that you want me to make a what is on, leave it down below too. Big shout out to King Boa for letting me use some of his clips. He streams. I'll be leaving his Twitch down in the description. Check out his stream sometimes, and you can sometimes see me on the live as well. See you next time, Epic Gamers. Peace!